Good morning, Millennial Morticians. Happy Wednesday morning. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of this amazing podcast. If you are new, welcome. Guys, I hope you're ready for this week's episode. I have so much exciting news to share, and I think today's topic is going to be interesting, but also going to make your brain think about what I need to do different to make my funeral home more attractive to a different and a more broader audience. The topic for today is called It's in the Music. It's in the music. And I got this topic from just riding around in my car, listening to different songs and whatnot. And it made me think to an arrangement conference when you're making decisions with families and you're helping them pick the next songs that they want to listen to for the live stream video or even to play during the service. And I really noticed when you tell a family that you do not have a particular song, their facial reaction is just like, I can't believe you don't know who this artist is, or I can't believe you don't know this song. And what I found is we use music to heal. People use music to connect. Music is universal. People use it to just listen to for enjoyment. Maybe they listen to it with their grandmother or grandfather. Maybe it was their song they sung together. And so, as a funeral home, music is being more and more integrated in the things we do. I have families come in all the time asking for different songs that maybe they want to bring in, a song they might have wrote or might have sung with that family member. So being able to have access to different genres of music and being able to offer the next generation that is extremely important. When you think about how much money some of these artists make in their live concerts, in their venues, and being able to offer a piece of that um, through correct licensing in your funeral home is so important. Having a music license on your wall, being able to offer those songs is just as important as having that funeral director's and embalmer's license on your wall, because people want something that they feel is unique and curated to what they're looking for in your funeral home. And one thing I found about the music is it gives people a lot of peace. It eases their nerves a little bit more when they can go in your funeral home and they say, wow, they're playing dad's song. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel good seeing that smile on somebody's face when you've offered them a product that you can stand behind and that you support and you recognize that it's making an impact in that person's life. What we do as funeral directors and morticians is we offer peace to people. And music is a great way to offer peace to a family. The database for music is endless. You got Apple Music, Spotify. There's so many ways you can find the songs of the artists that your families are looking for to use in your funeral home. It's truly endless, and we need to use that as a new base for how we help families heal in the long run. And not only that, but one thing I have found is this: people actually, they're starting to more and more and more go home and watch these live streams again, watch these funerals again, listen to the songs again, reminisce in the moment. Rewatching a funeral doesn't always have to be associated with being a sad occasion. A lot of people just watch it, just want to see who was there or what their reaction was, or hey, did they play that song, or hey, did that singer sing at the service? So being able to offer those top tier songs, I mean, I know it sounds so crazy or so different, but it's really important that you play that music to give that person, to give that family peace of mind. I know me personally, if you have a song that's so unique and different, and especially in the area that you live in, or a certain, even your local area artist, they have a certain song that families may hear on the radio or can associate with, like, hey, I know that person. Having those local artists as a part of your music database is also another great way to get a different level of clientele, because people want to know and feel like you can relate to them, especially if they've never been to your funeral home before, they don't know who you are. That's a great way to get to know somebody, giving them different musical options, even offering live music. I've been seeing that a lot more in funeral homes across the country, and I'm beyond grateful for you all that have invited those musicians from the churches and other places into your facilities. Bringing live music into a funeral is an incredible thing to do. Even bringing it into your funeral home, if you have the capabilities to do so, is great. That live ambiance of being able to have music there, people can feel it. it encourages another level of healing in the room. And I've noticed it just sets a different tone. You could have the piano player play something as people begin to walk in and process in the funeral. And then even after, they'll play songs and really give people peace on another level. And if you can lock in that really great musician, and you know they're dependable, you know they're going to show up to that funeral on time and get the job done and deliver and show respect in your funeral home and in your business, then of course call them up time and time again. I know some great funeral home musicians in my area here in Virginia. We've raised some amazing musicians, from Missy Elliott, Pharrell Williams, those kind of top tier artists, performers locally. So when you live in an area that really has that music in it, that modern vibe to it, then it makes it a lot easier for you to find those artists and get their songs played at your funeral home. But not only that, but that live feeling where you can feel the music, you can hear the music, it creates a sense of I'm where I'm supposed to be. And music is supposed to do that for you. It's supposed to create a mind shift for you. It's supposed to be able to put your mind in a different perspective and a different place. And what I do find out is that a lot of these families, once they play their song or they hear that song or they find out, hey, I can connect my iPad to this system, or I can connect my cell phone to this system and play this song, you're opening a door for them. They I've seen so many people just light up off the fact that we can even offer them such great new innovative ways to listen. Another way I found that is really cool and unique, and I want funeral homes to consider doing this in the future if you're building a new facility, is being able to incorporate that sound system throughout your building, throughout your funeral home, being able to play that funeral in the bathrooms, in the hallways. A lot of times, some people in the heat of the moment, they just need a break from the actual funeral service. So what they do is they'll walk out, they'll go to the bathroom, they'll go to the lobby, and being able to hear the service and hear the music, going to those different parts of the funeral home, it really is game changing. I mean, you're letting people be anywhere within your facility and being able to hear that service. And when you do that, you're really allowing them to stay connected from wherever they are. Excuse me. People are walking in and out of the building constantly. And so sometimes they don't know where they're going exactly, but maybe they're 10, 15 minutes late. They're able to hear the music. They're able to hear the service from wherever they are in the building. And it creates a sense of connectivity. And it's like, okay, the funeral may be extremely packed and I don't have enough seating in my funeral home. Well, now your families can listen in to the services and still feel like they can be there, because that's really what it's about. It's about making people who can't attend the actual service, and even the people that are there, feel like it's not a funeral home. It's more of a environment to service people. And that's what the funeral homes are changing from. We don't really want to be considered just that, normal funeral home to just do this. I always tell you guys, you're so much more than, and people are perceiving us more than being just funeral homes. We are coordinators. We are counselors. We are grief specialists. We're embalmers. We can fix. We're restorative artists. We're so many different things. And we have to create an environment where people say, wow, this is different. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is, but something about this is different. And that goes to that peace of mind value. These families are spending thousands of dollars with you. You should feel honored that those families have chosen you as a provider, as a funeral home servicer. And so with all that being said, you as the funeral home owner need to invest back into the business, in technology, in equipment, maybe updating a sound system. Maybe you already have one and you're like, hey, man, Jaden, you're right. I watched this podcast and I need to update my sound system. I'm a little behind on that. And so I want you guys to be musically inclined, musically in tuned, as they say, to what's coming next, to the music that you're offering your families. Really think about it. I've seen some funeral homes who've had to turn down people and say, I don't have that song, or I don't have that. Really start digging deep. I promise you, you'll see a whirlwind of change if you start offering that next generation the songs and the flexibility to be able to hear anything in your facility. Well, guys, this is your Millennial Mortician, Jaden Folks, signing out for another great episode. Can't wait to see you guys again next week. And remember, this is the podcast that engraves. You guys have a blessed one.